Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another installment of the Bald Chef of Bergamo. It's a nice fall day. It's a little bit chilly, but still nice and sunny. But I got a little cold, and since it's fall, let's start having some soup. So today I'm going to make a French onion soup. I've got a lot of requests from my fans out there to prepare something that everybody loves, and French onion soup is at the top of the list for me. And once you see this recipe, you will determine how easy it is. You see, you can do this yourself. Do it at home. It's wonderful. Let's go inside and start the preparation. So as you can see, this is a very complicated recipe. You basically just need onions and some broth. And that's it. Maybe a little butter and spice, but that's about it. So I got about a kilo, 2 pounds of onions. And you can use white onions, yellow onions, Vidalia onions. Just happened to be a sale on red onions, so I'm going to do this with red onions. May sound like a lot of onions. You talk about 2 pounds of onions, but they're going to cook down, they're going to caramelize, they're going to give you a lot of flavor. And basically that's the consistency of the soup, so you need the onions to get it to be the thickness you want. So I'm going to slice these up. I'm going to show you how you put them in the pot, and then we cook, and that's it. So you may notice that today I'm using a different pot. This is my 26, number 26 de Creuset, which is a 5.5 quart pot versus the 30, the larger red pot that I have. I have this just because I want to show you can use different pots. Depends on how much soup you want to make. The balance between the amount of onions versus broth. I've got some butter in there, a few tablespoons of butter, kind of already melted, and I'll start layering on the onions. Let me show you how thick I have these onions cut. You don't need to dice them. You don't need to dice them. You're just going to layer them in there, and then you're going to cook, and 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 you're going to cook. And let me show you how these cook down over time. Okay, I've added all the onions, and you can see it's about half full, and that's fine. That's why I chose this smaller 5.5 quart pot, because this would be enough for quite a few of us, but nothing overly dramatic, nothing huge. This stuff doesn't freeze very well, so you really want to make it, eat it over a couple days, and then enjoy it while it's fresh as opposed to freeze it. So now I'm just going to cook these onions down. I'm going to cover it. I'm going to cook it down, and it's going to stir it every 10 minutes or so, and then you'll see how they start to caramelize. Okay, so I've been cooking this for about an hour, stirring it periodically, and as you can see, the onions have cooked down very nicely. You see they're very dark. Obviously these are red onions to start with, so they're a little bit dark, but you can see how thick they are, how caramelized they are. I may do another 5 or 6 minutes just to get these little crusty. Then I'm going to add about a half a cup of white wine to glaze it just a bit, and then I'll add the broth, and I'll show you what it looks like once I added all the liquids. So I've got 5 cups of broth. I did like 3 chicken and 2 beef. And then I had a little bit of thyme, just a little bit of thyme, and a pinch of black pepper. And obviously, if you like your soup, your French onion soup, a little thicker, you can add a little less broth, or next time add more onions. But this is going to cook. Let's let this simmer for about an hour, and you're done, of course. Then I'll show you how to plate it, put the cheese on it, and bake it so you look like a professional French onion soup. But for the most part, the soup will be done in an hour. We'll check back. So we're back. The soup is complete, and I put it in these oven-proof bowls. I threw some cheese on. Now I'm using provolone, but you are supposed to use Gruyere, so these small strips of Gruyere, it's really expensive. But I just want to let people know that you can use provolone, and if you want to just add a little extra flavor, like what I'm doing now, just a couple strips of Gruyere will be fine. And obviously I just toasted some rustic Italian bread. Gives you an idea of how thick they are. And I'll just lay them in, layer it with cheese, throw it in the oven and cook it for a couple minutes until the cheese melts and gets a little crusty. Then it's good to go, ready to eat. Enjoy it. Bon appetit. So here is the finished article. As you can see, that cheese is melted nicely. We've got a little crusty cheese well on the side there. Some people like that. And look at that. Cheese, bread, soup. It's just spectacular. Good eats, hot treats. Bald Chef of Bergamo. Subscribe today. Celeste, do you like the French onion soup?
No.
No?
Yes.
Yes.
Now?
Who's the best chef in America and in Italy? Who's the best cook?
You.
I am, that's right.
I guess.